Yeah.
They decided we're going to shut down society.
Right.
Because we want to protect lives over money.
Right.
What would you have done?
Well, the alternative, look, there was always going to be pain. There's no doubt about that. You can't, legislate away from that. But other countries did it much better, and they spent less money, where they essentially nationalized payroll. So people stay attached to their jobs, but they aren't going in. It is still shut down.
What countries did that?
Denmark did it.
It's a much smaller country.
Yeah, certainly, but actually in terms of the percentage GDP and all of that.
They spent
so
less proportionally. Yeah, it could have been done much cheaper. They did it for the airlines. So the airline bailout, which was custom written, included a provision that you have to keep your workers, and so we're going to give you this money basically back on payroll. And so, look, they're messing around, and as soon as this ends, they want to lay people off. But if you backstop the payroll and essentially nationalize it, especially in our country where your health insurance is tied to your job, so now not only do we have people who are unemployed, but they're losing their health insurance during a pandemic, that just compounds everything. This is absolutely unconscionable. Meanwhile, lots of big corporations got custom written legislation for themselves, and 40% of small businesses told the Chamber of Commerce that they will be closing their doors in the next 6 months.
In terms of the cost, I'm fairly certain that the new jail one over 3 months was $600 billion. So yeah, it's a lot of money, but 2.3 trillion is the first one. Extra couple $100 billion for the Paycheck Protection Program. In the scale of what we did, especially if you include the $4 trillion with the Federal Reserve.
The money was not the problem.
Yeah, money is not. This is an issue with political will.
Is this something that could have been agreed upon by both parties? Is this something that could have gone through?
By the corporate left and the corporate right, no way.
So what would you have done? Say if you had a magic wand and you were the president, how do you mitigate this?
Well,
how do you?
This is my biggest frustration with the White House, which is that you have this populist president who actually understands very much what happens. But you have so many of the people. Crystal doesn't want. She's But he has all these people who work for him from kind of the old regime. Basically, was allowed to staff up, and those are the people who were like, "Let's cap the Paycheck Protection Program." Who were like, "Hey, we just passed this $2.3 trillion plan or this bill. Let's wait and see how it goes as the unemployment numbers begin to tick up, mass small business failure, all these other things." And that's the fundamental tension of the Trump administration, is that there was no there were no professional populists, so to speak, right? There was no professional apparatus of people on the right who actually held and understood why Donald Trump is president of the United States. And this is what gets back to what I talked about earlier, about the incentive structure, about that system, the think tank, the revolving door. That is an effort to maintain power over the policy sphere. Because if you control that, it doesn't matter what the people think.
Yeah, but
it only matters what happens.
Here's why I was thinking this. Because, look, he's the president, and he makes his own choices. And if he understood, that there was this need to go more economically left and do it, then he could do it. But the reality is he spent most of his political capital his first term, giving away tax cuts to corporations, same thing any other Republican would have done. So that's why I sort of roll my eyes. I don't think he cares about anything outside of, winning the day's news cycle. I really don't think he gives a shit about anything other than that.
See, this is the thing, though. I met Trump when I interviewed him a couple of times, four times already. And
what is it like?
Exactly what you see. Exactly what you see on TV. Same guy.
Do you feel like you got through the layers to talk to a human?
No, because he's always
I don't
on.
think
That's
there's anything else.
No, that's the thing. He's always.
There?
My favorite thing I ever asked Trump, I was like, "What are people gonna remember you for in 100 years?" Veterans trees. I was like, "I'm gonna go out on a limb. Veterans trees. That's probably not it, right? Jesus. I'm like